Hi, it's nice to
Hi.
see you again.
It's nice to see you too.
It's been pretty cold outside, wouldn't you say?
It has been quite breezy.
So, how are you feeling from our last session where we discussed you taking steps to distance yourself from your current relationship?
Uh, well, to be honest, I've been feeling quite anxious lately.
Would you mind explaining a little more for me, please?
Sure. In our last session, we discussed me distancing myself from my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And although I did try that, it didn't really pan out.
Would you mind giving me a few examples of what you did?
Well, I would take different routes on my way to my classes. I would sit by my friends during lunch. And after school, I would go straight home instead of going to the mall with my friends. But although I did all those things, it seemed like he was just always there, just waiting for me.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sensing that you feel smothered by him in a way.
Yes, he's just always there. Whenever I look over my shoulder, I see him just everywhere, and I can't get rid of him.
As you're describing your situation with him and just your relationship in general, I can see how suffocated you are with him. Now, in our last session, you expressed to me that y'all had been together for about a year and a half. Now, would you say that the time that y'all have put into this relationship and the history that y'all have together plays a major role in why you still are with him?
Yes and no. At times he can be really sweet and charming.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he tells me I'm pretty, or tells me that he loves me, or the fact that he tells me that we're going to get married one day, And I do like the attention he gives me.
Yes. On one hand, you're telling me that you feel smothered by him and just confused about him and the relationship in general, but yet you're also telling me that you love all these emotions and the attention that he gives you and the words of affirmation and all the affection. So, what makes you feel so conflicted about him?
The reason I feel so conflicted is because although I like the attention, sometimes it's just too much to bear,
Now, what's your definition of too much to bear?
He's just always there. I have no room, I have no space to myself.
Previously in our sessions, you talked about him always being there, always being around. And now you just said your space for yourself. What would your space entail?
Well, like in the beginning of our friendship, not friendship, our relationship, he would walk me from my house to the school, or to my different classes. But although that was fun, if my friends called me up and asked me to do something with them, without him, he would get so angry and become this possessive monster and just start yelling at me and tell me that I can't do or go anywhere without him.
And how did that make you feel as a person?
As a person, it made me feel trapped. It made me feel like I was his property. Like I was a prisoner at his mercy. And if he made plans and I couldn't go, he would get so angry and we would start fighting, and it'd always be my fault of why we're fighting. It was always my fault.
I hear what you're saying, and there is no reason that you should have these kind of feelings and be going through this type of emotions at this time. Especially in a relationship that's supposed to be built on trust and love for the other person.
Yeah, I just feel so scared and empty sometimes, Just whatever I do for him is not good enough or will ever be good enough for him.
I can see how you feel conflicted with him because you love all the attention and you love the affection and the words of affirmation, but at the same time, just the amount, the quantity that he's giving it to you, it's just, you're submerged in it 24/7, and you just need your own room to breathe. So what I would like for you to focus on this upcoming week is putting your happiness into other situations or other people. And this is what I mean when I say that. I would like for you to go and hang out with your friends, and if they invite you to a concert, to the mall, I want you to go, and I want you to enjoy yourself and just live your life and focus on you.
Okay. Alright, I can accept that. But I have a question. What if he gets in the way again?
Another thing that you can do is you can keep a journal, and you can write down every day all the positives and negatives that went on. And then every session that we have, we will sit down and we will discuss it together right here.
Okay. I do like to write. I like that. It sounds like a plan.
All right, so at our next session, we're going to discuss these steps that I've given you, and we'll also discuss your journal entries, and then we'll begin to map out the next steps for you.
All right. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
All right, I will see you at the pep rally. Have a good day.
All right.